Rabbit trails.
What's up, rabbits? Welcome back to episode 5, season 1800.
That's right.
We have had a discussion that's been on our minds for some time now. We watched a documentary, actually, with Batman. What was his name? Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton did it.
It wasn't a documentary.
Oh, it was
like a autobiography.
It was an autobiography about a dude.
Well, I guess that's biography because it wasn't written by the guy.
Right. So
it was biography in the style of autobiography.
Right.
Like it was from his perspective.
First of all, it was okay. So it was the McDonald's movie Michael Keaton was in about how McDonald's came to be, how big it is today, and we were just Gage and I just a movie date.
Yeah. Just on our couch.
Just on our couch.
Just hanging out.
And we were like, "You want to watch this movie?" And we were like, he was like, "Yeah, for sure." And
I recommended it.
He did, and I was like, I love Michael Keaton, and I'm curious to see how big McDonald's, how it got so big because it's everywhere, dude.
Yeah, honestly, I found that movie and I said, "What is McDonald's? I've never heard of that."
Yeah,
so I was intrigued at what this giant chain was.
Yeah, dude. Turns out we have one here.
No, you're kidding.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, I had no freaking clue.
Yeah, that big M that you pass every day.
I don't pass it.
Well, yeah, you used to. No, you didn't.
I didn't pass it.
We have a McDonald's in town, dude.
That is crazy.
No, but on a real note, though, we were like, love Michael Keaton. Let's see his work in this. Mind you, I have never had a problem with McDonald's. I just don't eat there a lot.
I liked McDonald's.
Yeah, Gage used to eat McDonald's on the regular.
That's not true, but I liked
all the time.
No, I didn't.
All the time.
You say all the time, it makes it sound like Supersize Me all the time. It was just every few weeks, I would go, I got a hankering for some McDonald's.
Yeah. So every day, Gage would go and get McDonald's. And so we started watching this movie, and it was a good movie. I'm not saying it was a bad movie at all. Michael Keaton, fantastic.
Smashed it, dude.
Dude, Ron Swanson was in it.
Zodiac Killer was in it.
Dude, the Zodiac Killer was in it. It was so weird as we were watching. After we watched the Zodiac, we began to see him in everything.
Okay, so if you haven't seen Zodiac with Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr., and Mark Ruffalo, you're missing out on one of the greatest eerie kind of scary films. It wasn't really scary. It was a story about the Zodiac Killer and stuff, but it was one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's long, but it is so worth it. It's back in RDJ's time before he was Iron Man. You get to see kind of him in his earlier times.
That was before he was sober?
I think it was after he was sober, when he was just getting back up on the thing.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah, that gas he was huffing was probably his own gas. The actual gas. Not his fart gas, but the drug. He had the propane tank and he'd always breathe into it. You remember that?
Oxygen?
It wasn't his oxygen. It was a drug that he was taking.
In what?
In Zodiac.
In Zodiac?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, because he when he
comes back at the end and he's in the boathouse or whatever.
Yeah. He was He was on an island or something. I don't know where he was at, but he was at a bar and he had a tank, but he would breathe into it. But that's a drug.
I swear that's oxygen.
Because he didn't have a breathing problem. He was just a junkie.
No, because what drug is breathe in? What is that?
I don't know the name of it, but laughing gas and stuff. You can get high off of that stuff, and there's more stuff that you can take that's like that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
good movie.
Great movie.
It was a great movie.
The guy who is most
who they
think is the Zodiac Killer, but they didn't have anything to stick to him. He was played by this guy. I don't even know his name.
I don't know his name.
We just call him the Zodiac Killer because we see him in a bunch of different movies. And So now we just remember him because he's super creepy in the freaking movie. Dude.
Yeah. You know what was crazy about that though?
Yeah, every time we see him, we call him the Zodiac Killer. But he was in that. He was in the McDonald's.
And
movie.
he was the nicest guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was so nice. Like, that's how you know he's a good actor. But the thing that sucked was the first thing we saw him in was Zodiac. So we're like, he's going to stab him in broad daylight. You know it.
I've seen him in more. I mean, before that, he plays like...
It just never barred in my mind,
He
though.
plays secondary characters. He doesn't ever play main characters. So, like, he's been in a lot of movies as, like, you know, background characters or, like, a small part in many films. I feel like I saw him in Star Wars, too. Not Star Wars 2, but Star Wars as well.
As well, yeah.
And, like, the newer ones where they've got all these people coming in that are just like, I just want to get in on that. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I mean, he's just popping up everywhere.
He pops up everywhere. I mean,
It's
he is. That's
weird.
what I'm saying. Like, he's one of those secondary people.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, but if
he was in this McDonald's
movie. He was in this McDonald's movie as one of the brothers of... He was, like, one of the McDonald's dudes. So
he
McDonald's...
was, one of the two guys who started the base company.
Right, McDonald's, which was their last name.
Brothers.
So, yeah, it was a family company.
Brothers in Arms.
Yeah, it's a family company, and the dude who... He was just, like, selling, like... Wasn't he selling, like,
milkshake
like maker things.
Yeah, like blenders.
Yeah, like those big blenders.
Stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just going to sell those. And in the movie, you can tell he clearly hates it, and he's not too good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And just, he's in this town. I can't remember which town McDonald's was, like, actually founded in.
It's in California. Somewhere in Southern California.
Back in Cali, right.
SoCo,
yeah.
as they call it.
So he was, like...
SoCal.
SoCal.
SoCo, everyone's cringing who's in California.
Yeah, they hate you now.
Shout out my mom. I'm the only Californian that listens to this.
So he's in SoCal, and he's, like, trying a burger because he's hungry. And he's like, oh my gosh, this is the best burger I've had my entire life. Like,
well, and he's just sitting there watching the family.
The efficiency.
It looks
yeah, it was
amazing.
Yeah.
I told Josh, like, I wish I could go back and go to that first one.
Because that's when people, like...
Small joint.
Like, teenagers care about their jobs.
Families come up there, yeah, teens would come up or whatever. But, like, yeah, the store ran... It was, like, a new era of fast food. I mean, that's just what it was. Like, they were running on time, but also quality. Nowadays, you get one or the other. But they were running time quick and really well done. Like, they were making good food really quickly, and it was just, like, practical stuff. It wasn't about ingredients. These days, they've cut corners in ingredients and stuff to make food faster. But this one was just systems. They had a bunch of people on the floor, and they had these systems to where, like, they would hit a burger and a person would wrap it, and then they would slide it down this thing, and then they would take it, and, you know, it was an assembly line of sorts. It's basically what it was. And they had a person on each station. It was a really small, compact kitchen. It was awesome.
Yeah,
like,
it was dope.
Extraordinary.
Yeah.
It was super cool.
Yeah, and so he's just like, he's seeing all this, and he's like, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like this. I gotta get in on this.
Yeah, and he's like an investment type of guy.
Right, yeah.
He's like, I want to get in on that.
Yeah, so he was like, that's exactly what he did. Like, he met the owners. He saw how everything was run.
They gave him a tour.
Yeah, and he just, like, he was talking to these brothers and getting to know them and getting to know, like, what they were doing and everything. He was, like, just building a rapport with these dudes.
And FYI, the guy, I can't think of his name, the guy who plays Ron Swanson, I can't think of his actual name.
I can never really remember his name.
I know it, but I can't think of it right now. Anyways, that guy, he's kind of unsettled about him coming on board, about Michael Keaton coming on board. But
yeah, because they had a failed... They tried expanding once.
But it was like even before he talked about expanding, he was like, I don't want him to, I'm not really certain about this dude, because they wanted to keep it exclusively to them, you know.
Because they knew how they wanted it run.
They knew how they wanted it run.
Yeah.
But the Zodiac Killer, he was like,
whatever
no,
his name
dude, we want to bring, like, we should bring him in. He's got great ideas. So he was really supportive. That'll come into play later on in the story. But he was really supportive, was the gateway for Michael Keaton's character, Ray Kroc.
To which, dude, Ray did have some good ideas.
He did.
He really did.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
He had good intentions.
Yeah.
And he just
maybe
lived long enough to see himself become the villain, man.
Did you come up with that?
No. Harvey Dent.
Harvey Dent?
I believe in him.
Dude, I voted for Harvey Dent. I voted for him.
Harvey Dent for president, 2020.
Dude, that's crazy that how Harvey Dent ended up.
Yeah.
Two-Face, dude. Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Dude. He became a villain. Saw it.
You live. You die.
Anyway, so yeah. He saw how it was running everything, and the one brother was kind of skeptical about it, and then the other brother, who was, went on to become the Zodiac Killer, he was like, nah, man, he's got good ideas, let him in. And so, like, they let him in, and that's when Ron Swanson's character kind of started explaining, like, well, we tried expanding once.
Yeah, because Ray Kroc is wanting to take it and expand the franchise.
He wants to be a third partner.
He wants to make it a franchise, and he wants to spread it across the United States.
Yeah.
He wants to make it big, big, big.
And they were like, we tried expanding once, but like they tried adding things to the menu, and they
had a few other locations, but the problem is that people weren't keeping it to the standard that they kept it to.
Yeah. Which
I can understand that mentality of like, if it's not going to be perfect, I don't want to replicate it, because this restaurant, the core one, was doing the best.
Yeah.
And like, they had efficiency, speed, quality. They were like proud of themselves. Obviously they were doing a great thing.
Yeah,
but they would start other ones, and then they wouldn't be able to be there because they were managing the original. And so they would like hire these guys that just wouldn't care. They just didn't care as much, and they would cut corners, and they would slack off, and they wouldn't keep like the restaurant clean. They wouldn't keep outside clean. Like, one of the big things was like they wouldn't keep teenagers away from like smoking and crap around there, because it would drive the families off when they were a family restaurant.
Yeah, they didn't mind teenagers coming around, but it was just like when all the teenagers would get together.
It was the stupid ones.
Yeah, they would just all hang. It was like if a group of rascals hangs out at a specific.
Not the Rascal Flats.
No. We're talking about the
rascals.
And we're not talking about the little rascals.
Mm-mm.
We're talking
Sweet kids.
We're talking hooligans.
We're talking
bamboozlers.
Hooligans.
We're talking
bamboozlers.
Yeah.
The worst of the worst.
That's right. It was like if you get a bunch of bamboozlers that all meet up in a parking lot, so to speak.
Like
off the top of my head, like a Walmart or something.
Something like that. Totally not relative to Paris.
It was like that, and they just didn't want that, and that's exactly what happened. Like,
yeah. And Ray Kroc had to drive them off multiple times.
Yeah, because it was just dirty all over the place, like
nasty.
A bag of chips and wrappers and stuff just laying around.
Those are times you saw like class and character in his like and like his demeanor and like the way that he was, because he had good intent a lot of the times, and like he wanted these things to run well. It's just that it's unrealistic to think that everyone's going to run perfectly. So he would go open ones, and like you'd see scenes of him like picking up the trash by himself outside, and like nobody else cared as much as he did. So like for a time, he was doing what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, he was definitely keeping up to what he was saying.
The problem was that he got in over his head later on.
Dude, you know what was crazy though?
What?
Like, he was so excited about that, and like came home to like talk to his wife, who he hasn't seen in a while because he was traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Oh my gosh, like I missed you." And he was like, "Yo, guess what I just did though?
Yeah.
Like, I got this big $1 billion deal about to happen."
Yeah.
She's like, "Can you love on me for a second?" He's like, "Did you not just hear what I just said?" Yeah. I felt so bad for her.
Yeah, so...
Mind you, this is just a movie, and like, I don't know exactly...
It's probably not incredibly
100% accurate, but most of
the mainline stuff that happens is probably pretty accurate to the movie, because otherwise, why make it?
That's true, yeah. Because he's got a honey at home while he's doing all of this.
Yes. So, like, even from, like, the beginning, like, you see in the middle, like, they've been married for a while, and he keeps doing these investments and trying to make it big time.
Didn't he, like, owe her money or something, or owe, like, some people in her family money for an investment that went south?
I think so. Because, I mean, you start out, and he's selling those milkshake machines, and it's kind of like the same deal as... The Pursuit of Happiness, where he's got all those little those computers or whatever he's selling. You buy all this product because you're going to sell it for a profit, and you think you're like, this is revolutionary, and you go around and you sell it to people, but they don't care. So you've just got all this stuff that is useless and you can't sell it and you don't make any money because you spent a large sum of money on that. And so he couldn't get any investors because they all knew that he was like, he would make these big investments and then they would just fall out and bottom out like his whole life. And so his wife stayed with him through all that.
Yeah, and you could tell she was struggling.
And I mean, she was stressed out, but she loved him, man.
Dude, she did.
She loved him.
That's what love is, dude. It says, love. I see the ugly parts of you, and I'm staying.
Yeah, fully known, fully loved. Timmy K.
Yeah, that's, what is that, rare? That's rare.
What is that? Like a diamond in the rough? Like a gem?
But, so he goes into business with these dudes. They let him in. He's a third party. And, you know, they're spreading out.
Yeah.
They're getting out there.
They're sprawling, dude.
Dude, they're spreading,
they're
sprawling.
They're kicking their legs out. They're doing
they're making themselves at home. Yeah.
They're like doing the whole, you know?
Yeah. Now, what was that?
They're getting around.
What was that one scene where he got a call, he was invited somewhere, which was like a really fancy restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
and
he was in town, and some people were like...
The owner.
They were wanting to get in on the investment.
Yeah, the owner was like, I want to be a manager at one of your stores. And the whole time that this guy's like, I want to be a manager at your store. I really want to help out. You're doing something that's amazing. Ray Kroc was like hitting on his wife, and like they were. They were. He
didn't know it was his wife at first.
Well, until he was like, because he was like eyeballing her because she was playing the piano at this dude's really fancy restaurant.
Yeah.
And then
she comes up and is like, she's gonna talk to me, and then she's like, hi, honey, and kisses.
Yeah, and then she kisses the dude.
And
mind you, while they're like while she's playing this instrument, they're having a vibe.
Oh, they're vibing.
They're vibing hard.
Yeah, he's like eyeballing her, and she's eyeballing him back.
Yeah, like I don't know how
this dude. Giving each other eyeballs.
Yeah, I don't know how this dude didn't stop and be like, I'm trying to talk to you about being a manager, and
straight up,
and that's my wife too.
That's also my wife that you're staring at.
Yeah, that you're like lusting after right now.
You're staring past me directly at my wife. So she gets up, comes over to the table, and then like a few minutes later, they end up singing together on the piano. And that's
was
when you
weird,
know.
Dude.
That's when you know. I'm like, because we were like,
what is happening
we were like,
right now?
No way he's gonna cheat on his wife.
Dude,
no
he would never
way.
Do that.
No way he's gonna cheat on his wife.
And the whole time, like the dude who's like who owns the place and is married to this chick doesn't care at all. He's like
does not care. He's like, what a sweet tune they're singing.
Look at my wife and my future boss.
They're singing Diddly Doo Dah Day the whole evening, the rest of the evening.
Was that the actual song?
What?
That was the actual song there?
No.
Oh,
I'm just describing it. You know,
cool,
like
cool,
it was like
cool.
they were enjoying themselves.
Yeah, they were like smitten.
Yeah.
Yeah, secretly smitten.
They were smitten hard.
Like you could smell an affair brewing.
Dude, yeah, because we kept just
we were like,
each other,
ew, affair!
We were like, he better not cheat on his freaking wife.
Because she's at home alone. And
all
like,
at home,
yo, didn't
all
they?
Alone.
So like, okay, what was that one scene where like she was like, we're gonna go out and like, they like met up with some friends or whatever like that, and then he started being a total jerkwad.
Yeah. Because
he was, what was he talking about?
He was trying to get them to invest. But
that
was like their date night away from all that stuff.
Right.
And he used it as an investment opportunity.
Yeah.
And his wife was like, are you serious?
And we're like, dude, come on, give her a lady day. Give her a lady day, man.
Dude, it's date night. You don't involve work on date night, everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Put the phone down.
Dude.
Focus on your woman.
When I give my future wife lady day, I'm leaving the phone at home. Dude, unless we have kids, obviously. But
phone home, dude.
Dude, I'm leaving it there.
I'm pulling an ET.
Yeah. And then, like, as soon as, like, Lady Day's over, like, yo, you want to invest, though?
So, like, that was great, but, like...
That was great.
That was a great investment opportunity. McDonald's 2.0. I said, way back in the day, I said, what would you invest your money in? It was, like, elementary school. And I said McDonald's, too.
Oh, my God.
I was, like, looking at the Krusty Krab, too, you know?
So then...
SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
So then, okay, so later on in the movie, then, Ray's feeling himself hard, okay?
Oh, yeah, dude.
And then...
He's like, I'm macho.
There is, so what exactly was going on that made it to where he was like, he found out some way legally to
pull it out from under him.
Yeah, but before that, he was, like, because the meeting that he went to with old dude and his lady, he was talking about introducing the milkshake, to which
corners.
Yeah, to which wasn't on the menu, and the brothers...
No, he was talking about cutting costs. Because they had these giant freezers.
Yeah.
in the bottom of the restaurant that was sucking up all of the electricity and like tanking their budget.
No.
But the brothers, the OGs, Ron Swanson and the Zodiac Killer, they didn't want to. They wanted to use real ice cream. They didn't want to, because Ray Kroc was like,
it was just
look at
packets.
this sweet substitute. He was like, it's like packets. You mix them in with water.
It was basically
same substance, like basically McDonald's today.
It was like protein powder.
Yeah,
it was,
something like that.
Yeah, you just
it like thickened it and it made it taste. They're like, tastes just like chocolate milkshake.
Tastes like a milkshake, dude. I love milkshakes.
Give me a break, dude.
Yeah,
and I mean it's so obvious why you can see what they're like today.
Yeah,
they just sell just garbage.
Dude, I thought
they
they
take
used
it out of the trash can and they put it in the fryer.
I thought they use like actual ice cream makers now.
Well, now they do. I'm not talking about ice cream.
Oh, okay.
Anything like the chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah, because they don't even use meat, like something real like meat or anything. Know.
They've kind of changed since that whole thing came out.
Right. But like, so yeah, he's like, we're gonna cut costs and do it this way, and without consulting the brothers.
He consulted them. They said no.
Right, but
he decided to do it anyways. Yeah. He ordered like thousands of cases of this stuff.
And then like the brothers like were finding out about it, and they were calling him.
They were upset.
And he just wouldn't answer.
Ghosted him.
Yeah, and a part of their deal was like that he had to.
Yeah, he had to keep contact because they're still his boss.
Yeah, like
he's not up in the top tier. He had a contract that he signed. He was obligated to not do what he did. And also to talk on the phone with them, and he didn't do either of those things.
Right,
he broke both those rules.
Until he made that law firm.
He started the real estate.
Real estate. Sorry.
His friend helped him out with it, and like they started McDonald's real estate as kind of like a cover ID, to like McDonald's is buying this to build McDonald's. Like it was just the same thing, but he put his name on it pretty much, and then he just took it out from under them.
Yeah, he found out legally how to just take it from them, and
he owned the land under like every McDonald's.
Yeah, not only did he take it from them, they couldn't even open up a similar restaurant with their name.
No, dude, it was branded.
Dude, insane.
Yeah,
and then what happened?
Because he was like, these dudes freaking were like upset. They didn't even know what was going on, and then he just drops the freaking bomb on them.
Yeah, because they're trying to call him. They're like, man, why isn't dude answering? They're calling and calling and calling. Finally, they answer. He's in a room full of goons. Ray Kroc is.
Goons.
And then Ron Swanson's character's like,
he's upset.
Yeah, he's rightly so.
Yeah,
he's like,
steaming.
Why haven't you answered any of my calls?
What are you doing with my company?
Yeah, we agreed, like, we're not doing this.
He's like across the United States from
Right, yeah.
They can't do anything.
They're staying at their home
base.
At their home base, and Ray's out there. Granted, yes, Ray's out there putting in the man hours, making it expand, but that's what he wanted.
That was his downfall, was his pride of he's out here doing all this stuff for them, and he thought he was doing all this stuff, even though it's in the way that they didn't want. But that was his downfall, was like the pride in that he's out here doing all this stuff. So because that's what the lady told him. Yeah. The lady like totally convinced him, like, yeah, you should just, this is your thing. You're out here doing all this stuff. They're sitting back at their, original place managing that. You're out here doing all this stuff, making all the big money. So you should be getting paid the most. You should own all of it.
Yeah. And then.
Total freaking mafia move.
Dude.
McDonald's mafia. It's real.
It's happening right now in front of our eyes.
You can't tell me it's fake. And
then, so after he takes it from him, first of all, how weird is it that the Zodiac Killer, how calm he was about it? Because, like, he just got a company stolen from him.
That's when he got upset.
Yeah.
That's when the whole
because then he had a heart
attack.
Because this whole time, Ron Swanson's character's been mad. And then the Zodiac Killer, he was like, now let's just calm down. Like, I'm sure he was trying to justify for Ray Kroc that it was like, he wasn't doing shady stuff and it was going to be okay.
He was just trying to keep the peace, because his brother's getting really upset.
But then he finally blew up after Ray was like, I'm taking this. And then he blew up.
Because Ray Kroc took it and he did not give them a dime.
Dude, yeah.
He didn't give them any money. No money for the thing. He just took their entire company their last name away from them.
Dude. And then, like, the Zodiac Killer, he had a heart problem.
Yeah.
And when he started going off, right? Dude, like, he was like, Dude, he was
screaming.
He was
in the
steaming
phone.
mad, and then like he
And
almost
Ray Kroc didn't even care.
Dude, he didn't even care, and like I think he almost had a heart attack.
No, he had one.
I thought it was after, like later, that he had one.
No, that was when he blew up, dude.
Okay, and then he had it.
And then he had it, and then Ray went to go see him, and and that's when he That's when he gave him the papers to sign it over to him.
Oh yeah,
he brought flowers to the hospital, and they were like, "What are you doing here?" And he was like, "I came here to see you. Oh, also I have these papers for you to sign the whole thing over to me, because there's nothing you can do about it." That's pretty much what he did. He just like tied their hands and was like, "Okay, give me your company."
Yeah.
While he was in the hospital.
And then after all that,
yeah.
he gets a call.
Cherry on top.
He gets a call from a lady. Oh, who is it? I don't know. One of your manager's wives.
Piano girl.
It's the piano girl. And she is just ecstatic. Mind you, Ray was in the bed with his wife sleeping.
And he gets up and leaves the room.
Gets up, leaves the room, talks to piano girl all night long, dude.
All night.
All night long. Like a teenage chick and a teenage little child boy at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Just, what are you doing? What do the stars mean to you?
You hang up.
No, you hang up.
We're looking at the same moon. That moon you're looking at?
I'm looking at it too. Moon. Jeez, man. That's exactly what was going on.
Yeah,
and
they
then,
were.
And then, like,
chatting it up.
After, like, all that, Ray and his wife are just having nice breakfast. She made him breakfast. She cooked it for him like a good wife, right? And not saying that
she was nice.
all good wives.
She was nice.
Yeah, she was just nice, dude. And then they're just having dinner. She's trying to talk to him.
Okay, we skipped from breakfast to dinner.
Breakfast? I didn't mean to say dinner. I have dinner on the brain. Okay, so they were just having breakfast. She's trying to talk to him, not saying nothing, and then he's just like,
this
I want a divorce.
Yeah. He literally just said, I want a divorce. He did say that.
Sip of coffee, set it down. I want a divorce.
And she was just like, so how are things?
And he was like, oh, good. Want a divorce, though.
Yeah, he was like, he didn't even answer. He was like, I want a divorce.
Yeah, he didn't even answer.
I was like, and she, like, I mean, her face just dropped.
Yeah, she was like, what?
Unexpected. Totally unexpected from her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she knew that the marriage was getting tough. But he just got this big break, so she thought maybe things would get back to normal, maybe.
Yeah.
Because, like we said in the beginning, like, she loved him.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't leave him the whole time.
That's right.
He was gone, like, all the time.
Yeah.
Across the U.S. And that lady was freaking everywhere. And then he's just like, I want a divorce. And then, like, we never see...
You don't see him again.
We never see the piano girl's husband ever again.
I don't think so, no.
We see him, I think, one time, and he's like...
He's just in
so
a manic...
angry.
Yeah. I think.
Because Ray stole his freaking wife.
Yeah, because at the end of the movie, he's, like, getting ready for, like, his big...
interview thing.
Yeah, he's going to do an interview on growing one of the biggest companies in the world or something like that. And then, like, she comes in, hey, sweetie, let me help you with your tie. Let me help. I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. Let me help you, my newly found husband. I'm not cheating on you, too.
Yeah.
And you're not cheating on me.
Don't worry.
Are you?
You own McDonald's. I love power. I'm going to be the most powerful woman in America right underneath the first lady.
So it was weird how, though, like, that was such a good movie, though. But, like, a great movie. As soon as it ended, we were upset.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, is that, I mean, just like an important piece that I said, the Zodiac Killer was adamant. He was the gateway, the only reason Ray Kroc made it on.
Yeah.
And Ray Kroc still took away the company, and he had a heart attack. And then when he had the heart attack, Ray Kroc went to the hospital and was like, give me your company. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, that's evil.
Jackwagon.
Dude, total jackwagon.
Dude.
Totally jackhammer.
Dude, he's...
Dude, I would double fist punch him so hard.
I would double fist punch him right in the eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
I'd feed him to the orca whales.
And then I would double fist punch him right in the pectoral muscles.
Dude, right
and
there?
I'd knock him over. I'd blind him.
Okay. Eyes first.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulate.
I'd do the whole Sherlock Holmes thing. Slow motion. I would, like, plan it out. Then I'd double fist punch eyes, so he'd be like, and then he'd do this number, and then wide open on the chest. So I'd double fist punch his pectorals and knock him over.
Okay.
And then he would hit his head on the concrete and die.
All right. So you're not going to throw like a throat punch anywhere in there?
No, dude. That would unsteady my next attack for the double fist punch in the chest.
Okay. Well, what if, hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
Eyes. Distraction.
Eyes.
Okay? He's like, ah!
And pain. Yeah, no,
dude,
not only distraction, but
you just
pain.
close that milk carton. That Adam's apple right there, just crush it. He can't breathe no more. Then, as he's like, shove him.
I don't want to shove him. That's boring.
Okay. Then just like watch.
I don't know.
Oh, you could take out his kneecap like you were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
Like you just want to like kick someone's knee under.
I want to kick someone's side of their knee, and just like break their leg in half.
Yeah. That would be.
I feel like that would be
satisfying.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to hear the crunch.
Dude, clean break.
I would feel horrible.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's got to be someone that's not alive,
or someone who's just like, no, dude, I want you to do it. Like, I want to experience.
I'll let you
this.
do that.
Yeah.
It's on my bucket list.
Right.
Deathbed. I hope my son. If I have a son, I hope he lets me do that to him. If
your son lets you do that to him, can you ask him if I can pistol whip him in the back of the butt of the gun?
I'll be on my deathbed, and I'll like still be alive, and they'll all come and like be like, "Bye, Grandpa. Bye, Dad," and I'll be like, and then he'll be like, "What, Dad?" And I'll like like get down right next to my mouth with his ear. I'll grab his tie, and I'll say, "I got you. Let me break your knee." And they'll be like, "What'd you say?" And I'm like, "I want to kick your knee out."
Before I go.
Dad? No. If you ever love me.
And then like you don't even.
Let me kick your knee out.
And he's like, no. And you just pull it, you kick your leg out, and you kick it anyway.
My coffin is like a trick coffin. My legs drop out from underneath.
As soon as you break it and you hear it, you're like, and then you die. So anyway, the whole point of the story of McDonald's was, how long has it been since we saw that movie?
It's like, it was the first month we were moved in. So it's been about 7 months now.
Gage and I have vetoed McDonald's.
We've struck.
Just cause, and I know that it's our money.
Past tense of strike.
Us not buying anything from McDonald's does not hinder McDonald's.
Yeah, we're not
whatsoever.
Under that. We're not under that.
Yeah, we're not under that whole like
shroud of
weirdos.
Idiocrity.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
It is now. You just made it up.
If I don't buy
stuff, it's like democracy, but for idiots.
If I don't buy stuff from this company, then they're not going to succeed and they're not going to make any money.
That's right.
That doesn't work like that.
It's so funny when people come into a business at like aggravating. They're like, "You just lost my business," and they're just like an average Joe.
No.
And like the people are like, "Okay."
Okay.
They're like,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not. You've been hostile this whole time. I'm not fighting. I want you to go.
I'm not upset that you're leaving.
Yeah, I'm just upset that this conversation's still going.
Yeah, anything to make you leave faster.
I'll pay you to leave right now.
I'll actually give you my money.
Out of my own pocket. Please leave.
Please go.
But yeah, we don't eat McDonald's no more.
We don't. I've been tempted.
Yeah,
I loved me some McDonald's.
Yeah.
And my coworker will just joke around and be like, "Hey, we can get you some McDonald's," and I'm just like, "Shut up." That's what I say to him.
You do that?
I go, "Shut up."
Bold move, dude.
You gotta put your. I don't know if this is a saying, but for some reason I feel like it is.
You gotta put your Big Mac down, dude.
You gotta put your shiniest boot forward. Why do I think that's not a saying?
That's not a saying at all.
Gotta put your shiniest boot forward. You know what I'm saying?
I hope you don't say that.
I just said it twice.
No, I mean I hope you don't like start it.
I'm going to start saying it now. I don't know why I think I thought that was
I don't know why either.
Gotta put your shiniest boot forward. Where have I heard that?
It wasn't hard for me.
I've heard a variation of that.
It really wasn't hard for me to give up McDonald's. I never really ate it that much.
You didn't eat it that much. I was like, your classic, I love the fries. I would get like fries and McChickens and stuff, dude.
Because the last time I had McDonald's, was when you came back. Was it when you came back from YWAM or you were getting ready to go to YWAM? No, you came back. You were back, and we went and got McDonald's, and you had said you had that story about you were in the bathroom, and you were afraid to come out to wash your hands because you just got them taking a dump, and you were like,
"What are you talking about?"
We were at McDonald's. We were having McDonald's.
Don't talk about my bowel movements.
It's a good story.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You were overcoming fear. Because you were like, a dude came in.
Oh, yeah.
And he knew.
How do you remember this?
Because I was like, that's such a good story.
I don't even remember it.
Dude, I remember it clearly.
Tell me.
Dude, you were like, I just got to think of violent dumb.
Okay, I don't talk like that.
No, I'm paraphrasing it in my own words. Because I'm telling the story.
Yeah, I don't talk like that.
Yeah, Gage doesn't talk like this. But
just say it regularly.
Gage was like, I just had a bowel movement. And,
yeah, dude.
A specimen of human descent came in and had heard with his sound ears that my bowel movement was vocal and
audible.
And I was afraid.
Audible.
I was afraid of walking out and him seeing me and knowing my face of the one who made such a loud bowel. And,
oh my gosh.
And he was like, "But I need to wash my hands because that's gross if I don't."
Oh yeah.
And then he's sitting there and he's thinking to himself and he's like, "You know what? This is fear right now. This is fear of man that I'm having." And then
this is fear, man. It turned into a spiritual thing.
And then he got up,
hoisted up my jeans,
hoisted them up, gave it the John an old flush, yeah. And then he washed his hands and came out
loud and proud.
And he was like, "I did that."
Oh boy, that was great what I just did in there. And then I washed my hands and I left.
He was like, "Wish I had a candlelight."
Didn't even look at me, dude. Didn't even see my face. I was scared of nothing.
Nothing, dude. That was a test.
That was a total like YWAM move, honestly.
But that was the last time that I had McDonald's.
Well, it's because I fell in love with the Big Mac.
Big Mac.
What's up? Fell in love with the Big Mac.
Yeah, the Big Mac.
I fell in love with the Big Mac.
You enjoy a Big Mac, do you?
I fell in love with the Big Mac.
Hey, give me
At
two.
YWAM.
Give me 2 Big Macs.
Yeah,
please.
take 2 Big Mac. Take off the top one, the bottom one, stack one on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got it like that, I send it back.
Give me a dirty fancy. You know what that is? It's 3 Big Macs stacked on top of 2 other Big Macs. You give that to me right now. Dip that in grease for me, will you, sweetheart?
Give me the triple heart attack. It's when you take all the Big Macs, you don't take off any of the bread or the burgers, and you put them all together, and you fry it in the fryer. And then you put fries around it, and I eat it I wash it down with a big old Coca-Cola.
And give me a stick of butter to go on the side with that, will you, thoughts? I appreciate that.
You do that, sweetheart? Thank you.
I really like how you do that. Give me a toy to go with it. I want the,
I have a meal toy.
You got the meal to go with the toy, do you?
What kind of toys you got right now? What movies are coming out?
You got... Dude, I remember the last toy I got.
Just go ahead and throw that in with the bucket when you fry it.
I'll tell you why I've never...
Tell me why.
I don't have Burger King anymore either.
Tell me why.
I've been mad at Burger King since I was a tyke, dude.
Tell me this.
We're talking Wii. And I'm not talking the video game. I'm talking... we're talking a 2-foot Josh.
W-E-E.
Yeah.
Not I.
Yeah. We're talking 3'2" Josh.
Man.
Or 2'3", one of the two.
Okay.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man had just come out. I think the second one.
Praise God.
I'm pretty sure it was the second one.
Praise God.
Burger King had this line of Spider-Man toys out. And I was like, dude, I want that. I need that. I gotta have it.
I need it in my life.
Dude, I was like, bought up. That's McDonald's. What is Burger King?
I was like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
Dude, what is Burger King's slogan?
Something to do with the king.
Anyway, I don't know. Because Burger King's just a poor man's McDonald's.
It is. I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah, and McDonald's is cheap.
Dirt cheap.
Dude, I could pay them with dirt, and they'd be like, that's a large donation.
Wait, how'd you get our food out? You're paying us on our own food?
So I like...
That's what we make the chicken nuggets with.
So it's me, mommy, and daddy. And daddy orders my food because I'm a child. I can't do it, let alone even... I can't even reach the counter. Yeah, I can't even reach the counter because I'm short. I'll say it.
You're wee.
I'll say it right now. I'm coming out. I'm short.
Dude, be proud of that.
Food comes back. She brings it back. The lady looks at me and says, "We don't have any more Spider-Man toys. I'm so sorry."
You've told me this before.
We put another toy in there for you. Mind you, I appreciate the gesture of someone putting another toy in there for me. But one, how do you run out of Spider-Man toys?
It was
Like,
very popular.
I mean, I get
That's
that,
how.
but you should have planned for that.
I understand that.
And what they gave me was a Scooby-Doo flashlight. How am I? First of all, it was basically just a flashlight with Scooby-Doo stickers on it. I can't even roll it.
You can't
It
even
doesn't
shoot
have
webs with
wheels, and I can't shoot webs with
I
it.
can't find
How
anything.
am I, Josh Bolton, supposed to stop Dr. Octopus with the mystery van and the gang?
Not even. A
Dude,
flashlight.
Dude, it's a flashlight. What am I, to blind him? No, he has glasses on. Duh.
Yeah. Sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
They have full coverage of his eye sockets.
Yeah.
They're those round ones, and they go like back here, so you
Yeah,
have
they're
no
basically
light
like
peek-
tanning goggles.
No light peeking in there.
No, none.
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 Not getting
And
through.
I was crushed, dude. I think I cried. I'll confirm that by asking one of my parents, but I'm pretty sure I cried.
Okay.
And I have not ever gone back.
Funny thing about Burger King. This is really funny.
I want to laugh, dude.
I've gone there a few times in my day in
Yeah.
the past year. Probably like 5 times total
Okay.
in the past couple of years.
Alright.
The one in town. Anyways, you drive up to the drive-thru.
Okay.
One of the funniest things ever.
Alright.
You pull up, and they've got an automated.
Oh, I know what you're
Yeah,
saying
an
right now.
automated like
It used to not be like that.
answer. I pull up, and he goes, "Welcome to Burger King. What can I get started for you?" Something like that. Like very, like classic drive-through voice, like the one I did when I worked
And
at
it's
Starbucks.
pleasing.
It is pleasing to the ears. But then I go, "Yeah, how are you?" or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
And then I say what I want, and like, so it's like this guy goes like, I'll just do a little I'll just do a little scene for you guys.
Alright.
I pull up to the speaker. "Hi, welcome to Burger King. What can I get started for you today?" "Yeah, can I get a number 4 with no mustard, sub mayo, please? That'd be great. And upsize the fries to a large. Also, I'll take a Dr. Pepper with that." "Okay." Yeah. So it goes from, I did not expect it the first time I went there. So this is, "Welcome to Burger King. What can I get started for you today?" Very polite, very posh, very polished. And then it's just, "Yeah, okay. Yeah." Just like ghetto Paris voice. The most like ghetto Paris voice you can have. "Okay. You want fries with that? You want to upsize the drink too?" Yeah. Where did the other guy go?
Turns out it was me.
He's not real.
Yeah, because he sounds real.
No, he does.
Yeah.
Sounds like a genuine guy.
Yeah.
Like the first time I thought it was actually a guy, and that they just switched
Yeah,
drive-through people.
Well, first time, I think I went with you this one time, and like, it was the nice voice, and then
I love it. I laugh so hard.
and then like he was like, "Okay," and then
Okay.
and you're like, we were like, "Was that right?" Like, that's the same guy.
Wait a second.
And then
That's
we're
not
like,
the same guy.
and then we pull up and it's a chick. And
Yeah.
we're like, "What?"
Receipt.
We're like, are you like speaking in one of those
swear,
one
you
of those
sounded
voice
so
masking
different.
things?
I swear you sounded completely different when you first talked to me.
Yeah, that was really funny though.
A glorious moment.
Yeah, so I mean, we don't really eat either of those. There's not
We
a
do.
lot of fast food that we eat anymore. I mean, Panda, I eat. If I got a tax return back for how much I've paid on Panda, I'd be able
He
to
says
afford a new
this
car.
all the time.
It's true.
I mean, yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm just corroborating your story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he does eat a lot of Panda. I've come to appreciate it for what it is, but I used to not like it at all. Like we would go out to eat, and I'd go, "Where do you want to go?" And I'd know he would say Panda, but I'm also a 9, so I'm indecisive. So I go, "I don't know where I want to eat," and he would always pick Panda, and I'd go, "I don't want to go there." And you go, "Okay, well you can't decide where you want to eat, but you don't want to eat there." And I go, "Yeah, you eat there all the time." This is how I go every time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean,
there's not a lot of good places to eat around here.
Papa John's, pizza, if you count that as fast food. Just like unhealthy food, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, I try not to. I try to keep the cuttings going. I'm trying to cut.
I'm like borderline.
Yeah.
I describe myself as like a borderline cafe.
Dude, Gage is one of those people who can eat whatever he wants and not gain a single pound. One time I spent the night and he ate like 22 taquitos by himself and I think he dropped weight. It's not fair.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's not fair, dude. I feel like...
Yeah, well, my insides still hate me.
That's true.
Nowadays.
Which makes me feel a little better.
Nowadays.
Yeah, it makes me feel better knowing that your insides are suffering.
Okay.
Like, whenever, like, secretly, when you're like, I don't feel so good, my stomach hurts, and then you're up all night, and
you get, like, butterflies.
Yeah, and, like, you get up to, like, go to the bathroom, and I'm like, yes.
This puts me to sleep. You're like,
yeah, it's like, easing to me. I'm like, yes, that's a win.
Finally.
I feel good.
Gets what he deserves.
Reap what you sow. But, yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, we don't like McDonald's.
Dude, yeah, we don't like McDonald's.
And McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's, if you're hearing this, dude.
We're changing the world. Quit orca whales and McDonald's.
Double fist punch everything.
Double fist punch everything.
That orca whales, McDonald's. One hand for each, okay?
Quit orca whales and McDonald's.
Just knock out.
Knock it out of the park.
Next
We're counting on you guys to start a petition, which means absolutely nothing, and get everyone to sign it, because that'll change the world. If you sign a petition. If they see how many people want it, then maybe...
Dude, protest.
Dude.
Protest down with McDonald's and see how many you can shut down.
Dude, yeah, just protest right outside and see what happens.
Or start a podcast and talk crap about McDonald's.
A, you get arrested and taken off the premises.
That's right.
Most likely. B,
that's your biggest choice.
You shut down all the McDonald's ever.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is going to happen?
First one is very
likely.
Very likely.
Very
but
likely.
You
might
a little something there.
You might get a B. You might shut down every McDonald's by protesting one.
That's right. And McDonald's, if, like, I don't know, you might hear this at some point, you know?
If you want us to sponsor you,
no.
We know. No.
Watch them be like, you want $2.3 billion? And, they're like, sorry.
Dang it.
That would be some sneaky stuff if they were like, hey, we heard your podcast, we loved it, we want to sponsor you guys. How does this amount of money sound?
Ray Kroc wants to meet you guys and have an interview.
Isn't he dead?
I don't know.
I think he's dead.
Well, they can bring him back to life. That happens. Have you seen Johnny Test? The founding fathers. They came back from the dead.
That was just a cartoon, man.
Dude, that's real life to me.
What?
That's real to me. Okay? Extreme!
Johnny Test!
This is for Johnny!
That was a good show. When they changed Dookie's voices when I was out.
Downhill.
Dude, that's when I was out of there.
Hill.
Who's the dude who voiced him?
That's downhill on one of those bikes that has no brakes.
Who's the dude who voiced him? Because he's in everything.
I don't know.
The dude who voices him is like in everything. Is in Dookie the dog. He was like in everything.
I don't know what you're
Because he was also in Futurama. He played the robot. And he's like in everything. So like when he left, it's like, man, it just wasn't a good show anymore. Yeah.
Bigger things.
I guess so.
You just need to just stop the show there.
You should have, yeah.
For all the Johnny Test creators that are listening.
Yeah, it's like in it's like in The Office, like when Michael left. Like I liked the last season.
It was still funny.
Yeah, it was.
Should have stopped it.
Yeah, I didn't like Andy as the regional manager. I mean, it made sense at the time.
I like Andy. I just don't like the plot line that they came up with. It was just like, really?
Yeah.
Really? And oh, the fury that ensued when they tried to have that whole Pam and Jim split up with the cameraman. The rage.
Dude, oh my gosh.
Rage. They were like, we are losing viewers. We need to do something drastic that will make the public outcry. And boy, did they nail it.
Dude, I outcried.
I was crying out.
I was screaming in prayer.
Yeah, I was praying to God.
I was crying out to the
show's ended
heavens
already, but if this happens, please change it before I watch the next episode.
Because then you're like, this guy's hitting on... He's trying to swoop
in. He
in.
better freaking quit.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, I was so mad.
And then there's
if I saw him in public, you're done.
Double fist punch to the freaking throat.
Right to the throat. Direct
contact.
Contact.
Dude, oh my gosh.
100 plus damage, plus my heavy armor
Dude.
bonus.
Because, like,
Gauntlets.
when he swings at you, he'll hit you, nothing happens.
Dude, nothing.
Dude, no damage
Smithing
whatsoever.
100.
Smithing
I've
100,
got dragon
archery.
bone armor.
Dude, sneaking 100.
Sneaking
so
100,
if you
I
bend down,
crouch.
if you crouch, he doesn't see you.
I crouch, then I double fist punch him in the groin.
Dude, TKO, for sure.
He's done.
For sure. Dude, yeah, and then, like, there's that moment where Pam's like, how's you and your wife? And then you're like, oh, thank goodness he's married. Like, that would have been weird. And then he was like, oh, we divorced. And you're like, stay away from Pam!
Yeah. Stay away.
Dude.
Stay away. If you're listening to this,
Step back.
stay away.
Stay away. Dude, yeah. And then, like, I mean, I felt, it was so sad. It was so sad to see, like, Jim, like, he's pursuing her all this time, right?
Yeah.
And then
a little
he's like,
bump.
and then he's being just kind of like consumed by work, and you see a change in him and how he is with Pam, and you're like, oh, Jim, come on, dude, don't do that. But then it's also, I guess it's kind of like a nice showing of, like, you know, you gotta stay pursuing your lady.
No, you do.
You do.
Like,
Just because you
like,
have them doesn't
life
mean you give
changes.
up.
Yeah, life changes.
Yeah.
But you're married, man.
That's biblical,
covenant.
dude. Yeah, if you're like, you should be pursuing your woman as if you don't have her.
That's a covenant, man.
Yeah. People don't get that, dude.
Not these days.
We're teaching a seminar, by the way, on that.
What?
Two single dudes. We're gonna give a
We know everything.
We're giving a seminar on relationships. That's what we're doing.
Two single guys.
$20 a ticket.
And we stand by nice guys finish last.
That's right.
That's kind of a true statement.
But who
these
cares?
days.
We're not gonna change.
I don't care.
I'm not changing.
I don't care that that's. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care that that's a.
Dude, I don't care. I'm single for the rest of my life.
I don't care.
I don't. Oh, you're freaking crying. Shut up.
I just. There's a cat.
There's a cat in here.
2 days.
It's like,
doors
this is
over.
Only a doghouse. I'm allergic to dogs then. No, it's not.
Jeez.
You have them.
You're trying to make fun of me. Okay.
All right, yeah, this was fun.
Let's end this.
Dude,
thing.
yeah. All right, so the point of the story, we don't like McDonald's.
The point of the story: strike McDonald's with us, and we'll make no difference.
That's right. Woo.
That's right. Woohoo!
Well, thanks for listening in. We're on all streaming services. You can watch this on YouTube and hear it anywhere you want to.
Anywhere you want to.
Share your support. Subscribe to it. You know, we're doing this regularly, so
Yeah.
check it out. Thank you. Thank you so much.
See you next time.
Dude, see you, rabbits. Nice.
I'm so tired.
Dude, and almost an hour? That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's wild.
I was like, I do not talk like that. Good thing I can't hear it. Okay.
Jeffrey said, have you seen The Lion King yet?
It's not out.
Like the cartoon?
What a freaking retard. Does he just want us to roast him? He must just want you to roast him.
I said, like the cartoon? For sure, dude.
Oh my gosh, can't believe he just said that. Okay. Oh, I'm tired, but I want to watch something, but I need to just go to bed.
What do you want to watch?
I was just probably gonna watch an episode of that or an episode of a show, but I need to go to bed because I was wasted tired yesterday. But I got those cold brews, so I really just want to be like, oh, I'll just drink a cold brew tomorrow and get hyped. But I also don't want to be exhausted. But I want to watch something.
Dude, just watch something. I'll stay up and watch it with you.
It's an anime.
I'll still watch it with
You
you.
don't even like anime.
No, but I like you.
Stop. I'm literally dead tired.
Oh, look
If I
at
could
that.
just sleep till my freaking alarm.
Hmm?
If I could just sleep till my alarm. Oh my gosh.
It says,
So animated.
"Oh, you're in a black fraternity? LOL, but you're not black." Dude, I'm gonna drop a beat, and I'm gonna try to rap over it. Give me a topic.
Uh,
No, that one was loud.
Dude.